Hi, today I'm going to give you some advice on adult leadership uniforms in Scouting and some of the breakdowns and backgrounds behind these badges here, especially if you're newer to the Scouts Association. This may be a little bit overwhelming, but essentially I'm just going to run through very simply what these are. The membership award is a purple round badge that has a fleur-de-lis inside. Every full member of Scouting should have this. If you don't have one and you're a leader, you should get one as soon as possible. In addition to that, you should absolutely have a county, district, and group name tape badge to show which county and district you are from. This is absolutely vital to show essentially where you belong to in the UK. So that at a glance, people who are part of the same district or county know exactly, if they can relate to you and if you can have the same sort of structure if you're at any big event, basically, as sort of scouts from the same county or just district will stick together in the same area. And younger people might ask you for help a little bit, depending on that, if you have badges that they have here. You may or may not have a unit badge or a group badge. You'll have to ask your particular subdivision a little bit about that. So whoever is your leaders you lead with, essentially. Sometimes it's worn on the scarf, sometimes it's worn on the sleeve. I think personally it's personal preference as to which one you choose. In my role, I change my necker for different reasons because I have different necks for different events and different responsibilities. So I actually wear my group badge on my sleeve instead. If you're part of Northern Ireland, Scotland, or Wales, you'll have specific badges here that you have to wear additionally. England sadly does not have its own badge, so you don't have to worry too much about that. The next thing to mention is first aid and saving of life. If you've done your wood badge or your leader training and you've done a first aid course, you should have a green or this sort of coloured first aid badge that goes down here. If you've ever been on a camp and got a large sort of circular badge or square badge, something like that, that has a camp on or some kind of event, that goes up here on your uniform. You only wear one and only here. So if you get given a whole bunch of badges for, a couple of years of leadership, you should only be wearing one, and usually they're only valid for 3 to 6 months, at which point you should take them off and put them on a scout blanket instead. Essentially, this is done because otherwise you can clutter up the uniform with badges from scout camps that you were there for like one day and sort of helped out for. Whereas in reality, the badges that are on this uniform are here for very specific reasons. All the badges here, and this one especially, are recognizing exceptional scouting in youth sections and sort of putting other badges where those would be is kind of disingenuous and sort of it sort of makes the people who have earned those badges they're a little bit less valuable, and it means that scouts who you may be leading are less likely to actually earn towards those. On that point, I'm going to run through what these badges are that I've just pointed out. So this is actually the King's Scout Award or the King's Guide Award. Is worn down here. This is the highest award in all of Scouting. It's very, very difficult to get. It requires the Duke of Edinburgh's Gold Award as one aspect of like 1/6 of the award. So it's very difficult to get. You can't earn it as an adult member, sadly. You can only earn it under the age of 25. But if you're under the age of 25, I absolutely advocate that you try for it because being a King Scout, you get to go to Windsor Castle to parade and have a formal event with a member of the royal family. And you get additional sort of recognition in wider community in university applications and whatever the case might be. So it's certainly worth going for. Related to that is the Duke of Gold Edinburgh's award here, the Gold Duke of Edinburgh's award. You can only wear the gold one. If you came from network and you only got to silver, you can't wear that on your uniform. It has to be the gold one in recognition of that. The Gold Duke of Edinburgh's award requires a whole bunch of stuff, including 12 months of volunteering and things like that, and a number of other activities and an expedition that lasts a whole number of days. I did over 100 kilometers in, I think, 3 days for mine, or 4 days, over the Yorkshire Dales. So it was quite a big expedition to do. Next, we have the Explorer Belt, which requires 10 days expedition in a foreign country. So equally, it's very sort of well regarded within scouting. And the Scouts of the World Award requires you to dedicate 80 hours at least of volunteering towards a sustainable goal, and for that goal to be followed on after the time you lead the project. So essentially, it is engaging in some kind of community-based activity towards the sustainable UN goals, and to have that be perpetual and self-sustaining, essentially. So again, it's a very important award. Moving on, we have these down here. So for completing your Explorer Belt award, you get an Explorer Belt. There's a special type of belt you can wear on your down here, essentially, in recognition of that. There's also the Young Leader's Belt that can be worn as well, optionally. And you also get a Young Leader Length of Service award down here for that, which shows that even as a junior member of Scouting, a youth member of Scouting, that you've actually helped lead and develop a younger section of Scouting. So that's why that exists, to recognise it. If you were ever a young leader at all, chances are you've earned the Young Leader Service Award. If you've been at Scouting for more than 5 years, you'll have earned the 5-year Length of Service Award, and you can wear that as well in the place that you would have the Young Leader Service Award. If you've earned both, there's no official guidance on whether you replace the Young Leader Service Award with the Length of Service Award. Personally, I'd wear them both. One thing I'd like to point out is that I see some people in Scouting who have like their 5, 10, 15, 20-year Length of Service awards all in their uniform at the same time. Quite clearly here it says only the highest up should be worn. That's because if someone has got, for example, the merit or the Silver Wolf or something like that, or a Gallantry Award, that's distinguishing them as having gone further beyond to 30, 35, 50 years of Scouting. And if you wear your 5, 10, 15 years, it's certainly an achievement, but it takes away from the people who actually have gone through a whole bunch of extra stuff and have earned actual like gallantry awards and commissioners' commendations and things, which I'll talk about right now actually. So we have these gallantry, meritorious conduct, good service awards, etc. You can earn this for saving of life. If a young person gets into danger and you save their life or provide medical aid, then you can actually earn a gallantry award. There's an example of an individual who was a scout leader who was at the Ariana Grande sort of bombing that occurred in Manchester, I believe, and they saved some lives there, and they got the Bronze Cross, which is the highest gallantry award in Scouting. So they got recognised for that. Additionally, you can get Good Service, Chief Scout's Personal Award, and things like that for going above and beyond your regular role, whatever that might be inside Scouting. And you can also get Commissioner's Commendation. So if you impress your district commissioner or county commissioner, they may give you this award as well. And again, it's worth reiterating that, you know, obviously you'll see people who do wear their 5 or 10, you know, or 15 years of service award rather than just the highest. And it means that people who have actually earned their Commissioner's Commendation, their Chief Scout's Personal Award, the Good Service Award, are less recognised for their expertise, right? Scout Active Support Badge, you can actually earn this one if you'd like. If you make yourself available to your district or county as additional manpower to help support scout groups or units, etc., that are struggling, then you can become part of Scout Active Support and do that and wear a specific badge to denote you as active support. You can not unfortunately get the Cornwall Scout badge. This is given to people, I believe, under the age of 18 for going through particularly hard lives. You can earn your Union flag. Basically, this is if you've ever been abroad on a scouting activity, essentially. I see sometimes people who have got this badge on who've certainly never been abroad on a scouting activity. You shouldn't be wearing this without sort of being eligible for it, because not because there's a particular reason, but if someone challenges you or asks you about, oh, where did you go to earn that, or where did you go with Scouts or whatever, and you don't have an answer to that that they can actually verify, then it kind of can flag up pretty badly. But obviously, if you've actually been abroad with Scouts at some stage, then you can wear this one. And additionally, if you've ever been to a jamboree in the UK where there's been international members there, you can also wear this too. You can earn this as an adult, in case that wasn't clear. Additionally to what's not on this uniform diagram, there's the Scout Wings Award, which is a set of golden wings that go around here. You can earn that for doing parachute jumps. I'd advise, if you want to earn that one, to do charity parachute jump of some kind. Then you can earn that badge and have that point of pride there. Additionally, there is the Welsh Dragon Award and the Scottish Zodiac Award, which I'd advise wearing somewhere down here, although there's no formal guidance as to where to wear those. To earn those, you can earn those as an adult, and you can earn them by I believe you can certainly wear the and earn the Welsh Dragon Award as an adult. I'm not sure about the Scottish Zodiac, whether you can earn it as an adult or just wear it as an adult, like the Explorer Belt Award. But essentially, it boils down to camping out every month of the year, and that can be over any number of years. But once you've earned that, you can contact Scouts Scotland or Scouts Wales and get those on your uniform as well. Beyond that, if you've ever been in the army and you have any medals, you can wear your ribbons for those medals on your uniform too. And if you've earned any badges or medals for saving of life in terms of, the Red Cross or Humane Society, etc., you can wear those too. If you're part of Sea Scouts or Air Scouts, there's a little bit different. You wear a different uniform. You get a certain a piece of headgear, either a beret or an officer's cap of some kind, and you have identification for the Royal Navy or the Royal Air Force too. Other than that, there's not much else to say. Just to sum up, really, you can also wear kilts if you'd like, if you have a Irish or Scottish legacy or ancestry, basically. Additionally to this, you can actually wear as well a couple of other things. You can wear sort of long blue trousers, which are known as activity trousers. You can buy those on the Scout shop. They're a little bit nicer to wear than just jeans. If you're leading a section of Scouts or whatever the case might be, it's nice to look sort of formal and put together, because if you're not, then they won't be. Essentially, they're going to follow your example. So I'd certainly recommend wearing some smart trousers. You can additionally wear you can actually wear a hat if you'd like, which is a sort of a navy blue hat. Although really that's just for sort of activity wear, not for formal wear. Um, there's a few other bits and pieces to mention too. If you are a scout leader and you've earned your wood badge, you can wear your wood badge beads to sort of distinguish that you've actually gone through that training, and you can earn that as a leader, obviously, to do that. If you've earned your wood badge, you can also get the woggle, the Turk's Head or Gilwell knot sort of woggle there to distinguish that too. But the main things I'd like to mention, really, to point out at the end here, is only wear occasional badges within their time limit, or you might get called out by your district. And if your district doesn't care, your county might care and call you out on that, because they're much more stringent usually and call out things like that. And you really don't want that to reflect badly on your district, because that's going to make your district commissioner look bad and make you look bad if you have a whole bunch of occasional badges in the wrong places and not looking smart and proper and breaking POR and the rules behind all that. So it may seem harmless enough to have a whole bunch of occasional badges knocking around your uniform, but in reality, it means that when you go to any kind of larger event, national event or county event, you're going to get a lot of weird looks shot your way, and perhaps some concerned questions in the ears of the people who are your commissioners. So it's not worth the energy. to do that. These badges are recognition enough for your service as a leader. Trust me, and everyone is appreciated for being a leader. Badges are just badges, right? Beyond that, I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. Leave a comment if you would. Have a great day. Bye bye.